You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Welcome back to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and today we have a true honor. We have royalty this morning. We have the one and only Cinque Lee, and we're talking all about his new movie, Last Ride. I had the honor to watch this film last night to prepare for the interview this morning. So first, I want to say to you, sir, you're no stranger. You're a legend. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Good to be here.
Yes,
Thank
sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate your time. So let's talk about this movie that you wrote and directed, and what inspired the idea behind it.
Yeah, I wanted to. I was feeling very nostalgic about these friends of mine who I lost contact with. So I wanted to tell a story, and I wanted to say things I never got to say to them before. And that was also something I wanted to. Yeah, it was also based on me being with these two friends when I got to see them. I'm repeating myself, but we were trapped up in a tree, so that sort of led to the story about three kids being trapped in a cable car with no adults around and not knowing if they've been forgotten or whatever, and how we have to rely on each other, or how sometimes when there's no other adults around, you have to rely on the friends you have.
And this is a gripping story. It takes place in the winter of 1982, where three young Americans are trapped, like you said, in a cable car high above the mountains of Norway. I mean, there's a lot of twists and turns. Survival mode kicks in. A lot of unexpected things happen. Involves a dead body, but I'm gonna stop there because I want everybody to watch and enjoy the movie. How was it process like for you and your team to create such suspense in this movie? Because it's in this car for most of the duration of the movie, but it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It does.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think was making the characters distinct, different from each other, but also being able to relate to each one of them, and knowing that these characters are going to evolve. They're going to sort of pretty much grow up on screen in front of you. It's a coming of age story with life-threatening situations, and they're left their own devices. So, yeah, that was something that I tried to, make it claustrophobic by putting it one location that they're just trapped up there that they couldn't do. So that was one of the things we tried to do. I hope it, and I think we pretty much pulled it off. And make it, and across different genres, it's coming of age. There's also a horror movie. It's also a science fiction movie. And you don't know what genre it is because you're going through what the kids don't know where they are, what kind of situation they're in. They're coming to their own conclusions, like, is there nuclear war going on? Is there zombie apocalypse? So you're seeing this through their eyes and you're feeling what they're feeling. So you just don't know when you're a kid what the hell's going on.
There is definitely some horror stuff in there, and I'll let the viewers enjoy watching the movie. I won't spill the beans on that. But when you think about visual and technical process and shooting the film, what was your take in trying to sell it? Because, like I said, I can't imagine what the process looks like trying to make it look exciting when it's in basically, in one scene almost.
Yeah, I knew. I thought I could shoot something cheap, just hang a cable car from there and put it in front of the screen, and I thought it could be cheap. And I knew, it had to live as if it was actually a play. So I knew it had to hold up that way. And I knew that, because film's a visual thing, so I knew that certain elements had to be believable. We got very lucky because when I wrote the script, the LED volume, which is a special effect they shoot the Mandalorian, first broke out when we did that. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to get a chance to shoot in front of in layman's words, a high definition television set where you can shoot, instead of doing special effects after we finish the film, you get all in camera while you're on set. So the actors, these children, are able to react to what's going on around them in camera. You know, we're swinging the cable car around, the kids are flying or whatever, they're throwing stuff at them. So that was one of the things that I really, really wanted to make real. I mean, I'm looking at the film now and I'm like, oh my God, how did I put those kids in danger? I'm like, what am I talking about? I was there. They're not going to, I guess they're safe. But looking at the film, I'm a little scared for them, so it's kind of weird. Sometimes you have to take yourself out of it.
Once again, we're talking to this morning our special guest today, Cinque, and all about his new movie, Last Ride, that he wrote and directed. And I have to say, you got to work with your brother, executive producer, Spike Lee. What was it like collabing with him? Because y'all, we know you're not a stranger. You both are amazing in the cinema world and true legends.
Yeah, I mean, that was very simple. I mean, I've known Spike my whole life. Spike was making his short films using his siblings. That's were acting in his films, his first things like that. He was going out with other older brothers of mine doing a black eye shoot and stuff. So I was doing storyboards for him when he was in NYU, shooting his films, and I've acted and stuff, written stuff with him. So yeah, it's been a learning, and I owe a lot to him. Being able to be on these indie films to these big, massive, like Inside Man and all these movies that Spike got to work with all these studios and stuff. So it's been a great learning experience to be on these huge sets and indie stuff. And I couldn't ask for anything more as far as, having a family member like that and being able to work and pick up and learn from all these people that I was able to bring into that I was able to be part of.
And let's also dive deeper into the characters in this film, because I have to say, being able to watch it last night, man, they play their role. That's all I can say. They played a role. How crucial was it for each of them to tap into all obviously different personalities, but being able to sell on the camera, because the way the camera moves and the color and the sound effects and it just all come together. Like I said, you're on the edge of your seats if you're watching this movie.
Yeah, I tried to make it. We weren't able to afford to bring over the American actors when we shot this film in Finland, so we had to get them out of the UK, which is too far away. But the English kids, they're kind of proper. You're trying to be proper, and I was like, nope. You got to cut this guy off. Don't wait for his line to say his lines. You got to step on his line and talk at the same time. Repeat yourself if he doesn't hear you, and. So it was that. I had to get the dynamics of these kids. Like, there's no parents around, man. I know you guys curse up a storm when there's no parents around, because I was 12 at one point too. So I had to get the dynamics. I had to get they had to be distinct. Each character had to be, a distinct individual. So that was something that we really worked on. And in between takes, I didn't want the kids to run to their phones and stuff like that. So we had a 1982 arcade game on set. So I wanted these kids to stay in character in between takes, even though they had to leave set every day to go to do some Zoom calls. They had to go to class. The kids, they had to do that. And we were very lucky enough to shoot pretty much in sequence. Sometimes you shoot a film, it's like, okay, we're going to shoot the last part of a movie now on the first day. We were able to ramp it up and to shoot in the order that the story goes, which is unusual. So we got very, very lucky with that, and that helped out a lot. To see these kids go through these stages of fear and love and look out for each other, from trying to basically every man for himself, every kid for himself, like it's Lord of the Flies or something. So
And the way the movie ends, I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. Obviously, I'm not gonna say it, but you have to watch it because, man, I tell you, I was impressed. I was like, okay, wow, this is really, really good. I personally really liked the way the movie ended. I was like, this is awesome, man. So I know I sound like I'm rocking circles, but it's because I don't want to spill the beans. You got to get Last Ride. It's available right now to rent, buy on video, on demand, all digital platforms. We're talking to, once again, our special guest this morning, Cinque, all about his movie that he wrote and directed, Last Ride. Real quick, sir. What do you hope that viewers will be able to appreciate after watching this project?
I hope people come away with their friends if they have kids, maybe possibly get in touch with some friends that you lost contact with, because that's what made me write this script. So yeah, maybe you can get in touch with the people you lost contact with and see how they're doing, check in on them. You never know, that might make the hell of a difference for them that you thought about them.
But once again, make sure you go check it out. Last Ride. Been talking to our special guest, Cinque. Like always, I want to say to you, sir, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. All right, thank you.